now we're getting to the beginner advanced stage, so we're heading into the intermediate kind of area of playing. We've broken it down into these areas because I think beginner, intermediate and advanced is so vast, and sometimes if I said this was a beginner type of thing, people would be like, oh, I don't feel like I could be a beginner because it's too hard. So that's why I've made it beginner, intermediate and beginner and advanced, just to give you an idea of the different levels that you can get to. I'd expect a good student to be able to be up to this level after 2 to 3 years, depending. Sometimes if you start a little bit later, high school age, you can pick up that coordination a little bit quicker. If you're a younger student, you might stick on the beginner, intermediate stuff for a little bit longer until your coordination kind of catches up with your body as it's growing. So there's no definite amount of time that it will take. We'll just keep chipping away, and you get there when you get there. And like I say, there's no rush. The more effort you put in from the earlier stages of being a player, I think that relates through picking up the harder stuff quicker. So if you take shortcuts at the start, it will kind of bite you a little bit later on. So I always recommend just practice regularly and consistently. You don't have to do hours a day, but set up regular times to practice. 20 minutes every second day. So if you can practice 20 minutes 3 times a week as a new student, you'd be doing very, very well. So don't feel it's unattainable. Don't feel you have to do hours at a time, and you don't have to do 2 hours before your lesson. Spread that 2 hours out over a week's practice rather than doing it in one big hit. I think you'll get a lot more benefit out of your practice doing that. And then enough on practice for now. Let's talk about the next thing we're going to look at, which is phrasings becoming fills. So I've talked about the fills, which are we talked about 4-4-4-4, 6-2-6-2, and 3-3-3-3-4. That's just some of our phrases. Sorry, our phrases are going to be becoming grooves, not fills. So we're taking the phrases from the fills, which is 4-4-4-4, 6-2-6-2, 3-3-3-3-4, and we're going to put the phrasing onto the bass drum and bring back our 5 hi-hat variations that we studied in Drum Sense Volume 1. So we're calling on information that we've learnt in the past, and you should have a good handle on, but we're going to just do a couple of little different things to challenge that coordination. Okay, so let me explain this. We'll take the fill 4-4-4-4, and the phrase of that fill is 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3-4. So the one of every group creates the phrase, and I'm putting that phrase on the bass drum, which just happens to be. So what I'm going to do now is play 16th notes on the hi-hat. I'm going to play the phrase on the bass drum, and I'm going to find the backbeat. In this one, it's quite easy to find the backbeat. The backbeat's on 2 and 4. The bass drum is going to be on 2 and 4 as well. I'll do that for you. Here's the phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here's the backbeat. So I'll get students to be figuring this out. I'll explain to them what I want them to do, but I want them to give it a go and really figure out these how these phrases work in with the 16th notes on the hi-hat. And once that's achieved, we can go back through the 5 hi-hat variations, which I'll do now. That's 8th notes on the hi-hat, 16th notes, open on the offbeat, 16th notes open on the offbeat, and offbeat 8th notes. I'm going to do 2 bars of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4-4-4-4, 4-4-4-4 phrase with the 5 hi-hat variations. Now I'm going to do 6-2-6-2. I'm going to play the hi-hat with 16th, I'm going to find the phrase on the bass drum, and then I'm going to go back through the 5 hi-hat variations, all in one go. So here's the 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. that was 6-2-6-2, the phrase on the bass drum. The next one is 3-3-3-3-4 that I'm going to do. This one's a little bit harder. I'm going to be playing 16th notes. I'm going to count the phrase. Students find this one quite hard to do, but it's just getting in and having a go, and I'll guide them through it, and you know, play along with them if I need to. But I really do try and get the students to try and figure that out. It's a great listening test of hearing that phrase and feeling that backbeat. So I'll do that again, and then I'll run through the whole 5 hi-hat variations with 3-3-3-3-4. Okay, so that's phrases becoming grooves.